Hey guys, it's your girl Cameron and I'm back at it again with another video. By the title, you guys can tell that today I'm going to be talking about my experience at the Aubrey and the Three Migos tour, or the Drake concert, whatever you want to call it. But I actually went last night, and by the time you're seeing this video, I don't know how many days or whatever it's going to be after posted, but I'm filming this a night after it all happened, so everything is really fresh in my memory. And I'm just really excited. Like, you know, after you go to a concert, you're off of like a high, like a concert high, like a happiness high. Like, you just want more and more and more and more. And I was just so blessed and fortunate to be able to go and have the experience that I had. I didn't even think I was going to be going to the concert until the day before the concert happened. And yeah, like, it was a magical night, let me tell you. So before we get into the whole concert experience, I would love if y'all would hit that subscribe button down below. Please, please, please. It helps me out so much. I really appreciate you guys for being here and watching my video. And without further ado, let's just get into it. Let's get into the experience. Alright, so basically, as you guys know, I ended up going to the concert last night. And I actually didn't know I was going to the concert until Monday, which was the day before the concert actually happened. And yesterday, which was, I believe, the 14th of August. So I didn't really know I was going, but she texted me. She's like, hey, you want to go to the Drake concert? Yada, yada, yada. It's like, I will go. And I really do like Drake so much. But you know, tickets can be so expensive sometimes. And like, you know, I'm just not a huge concert goer, so it's not the end of the world if I don't see somebody. But we have a connection, and actually Sydney invited me. And Sydney's dad used to play for the Pistons, so he can get really good deals and hookups for like arena things.
No mercy. No mercy this year. Let's get it.
So we get there. I had no idea kind of like where we were going to be seated, what was going on, because I'm thinking if we're being given like extra tickets, maybe they're just going to be like normal seats or something, because it can be hard to like pull strings like that. But we get there and we're directed to a table and we're given our ticket, and then we are given, and I'll insert pictures, guys, to help, because honestly, I don't know how well you're going to be able to tell. But we were given this little sticker that we were told to put on our clothes. So initially when we were given the sticker, I didn't know what it meant. I was just like, I'm taking it, whatever. But then I realized that this sticker meant that we were VIP. So we get the sticker and I'm like, VIP, alright. So I'm like, I don't know what this means, whatever. And I'm just trying to like scope everything out. I didn't want to ask too many questions, so I'm just going with the flow. And I overhear them talking about like backstage and like, you know, we can go backstage and yada 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 and this and that. And I'm like this is like for real. Like, we're really VIP. I've never been VIP anything. And this wasn't any like meet and greet. I don't even know if Drake does that. I don't think he does. With the VIP, obviously, we got to be on the floor in the mosh pit. And I'll insert videos and pictures because Drake's stage setup was very different than a lot of other people's. He literally had the stage in the middle of the arena, so fans could see all around. Like, all around. So no matter where you were sitting, it wasn't like you were looking at the back of his head all the time. And everybody in the mosh pit could just go anywhere they wanted. And then we had access to like this VIP like balcony thing where it was like looking over the mosh pit. We were still like in the crowd, but we could kind of see over the stage a little bit, because sometimes when you get up there to like the mosh pit, it's really hard to see if you aren't right by the front. So we're like, you know what, at least for the opening act Migos, we'll be up here. It's nice, it's lit, we can see everything. You know, you feel kind of special or whatever because like you have special access. So basically, like, they would see our little sticker on our clothes and our wristband to get into the portal and the gate, so we could get up there. So we were able to sit in that area and observe the concert. A negative con, like a con to the whole experience, was that they were so late. Like, the concert was supposed to start at 7. I think they might have started at like 8:15. And listen, black people, I know. And some of the workers were kind of directing us to where we needed to go. And they were like mad because they have to stay like late. So like, we don't always think about that at a concert, but they had to stay late and work and clean everything up. So they were pissed because they were really late. So anyways, the concert didn't start till like 8:15. We got to the concert at like 7:30 though. We were late. I was a little worried about that, but it ended up being fine because we didn't miss anything. By the time we got there at around 7:30, we were waiting for about an hour almost for them to come on stage. So we're in the balcony waiting, and while we're waiting, there's, you know, people in the balcony as well. So there was this one guy who was sitting next to us. He was kind of weird, but he was with his wife, and he was kind of friendly. Like, you know how you make friends at a concert and you talk to people and you're just friendly? Well, he was on the phone because we were asking him, like, where do you go get water? And he was on the phone next to us, and we had tapped him, didn't realize he was on the phone, and he gets off and he's like, I was just talking to Drake. And we're like, I look at him, I'm like, no, you weren't. Like, you weren't. Because I thought it was a joke, like, real life. I thought it was a joke. And then he was like, no, like, I'm dead serious. And he was like, how do you think we got up here? Like, how do you think we got these VIP seats? And I'm like, well, you got a point. And then he was saying that his wife's cousin is really, really good friends with Drake. So that was really interesting. I guess people sitting in that area, you kind of either paid hella money or you know somebody or you have some sort of connection. So we were up there because VIP is different from just being down in the seat in the mosh pit. So there's other things, I guess, that you have access to. Anyways, so finally the show starts. Migos comes on. Guys, I'm going to be inserting pictures and videos, whatever, as I'm talking. Do you know how when you listen to people so much on the radio and then you finally see them there and they're just present? Like, it was really cool. Super lit. I will say for me, and I think for me and my friend, speaking for both of us, I think Migos after a while kind of got old. I'm not like a diehard Migos fan. I definitely love some of their songs. They ended up doing Kelly Price, which is my favorite Migos song of all time. So, of course, I was lit. But I will say it kind of got old after a while just because it's a lot of auto-tune. It's a lot of, like, mumbling. You can't really understand what they're saying. And just a lot of jumping around. And for me, it was like, okay, this is cool. I kind of just wanted them to perform their hits and just, like, you know. But I wasn't mad at it. And I realized, too, the balcony, since we were sitting, like, the artists could definitely get a good look of where we were because the lights often were kind of hitting us. So, that was pretty cool because they could, like, directly see into the front, like, where we were. I definitely think, too, it was dope. I love how it was the Aubrey and the Three Migos tour. Just because they're an awesome opening act. Like, you know when you go to a concert and an opening act is, like, a snoozer and you're irritated, you don't want to be there. Like, if you're a Drake fan, you probably listen to Migos to some extent. So it wasn't like one of those acts where, like, you didn't know who this was or you only knew one song. Like, you could still vibe no matter what. So it was a good time. So actually, Drake took about maybe like 30 minutes after that. And there were some really cool people that we got to see. I ended up being able to meet one of Beyonce's backup dancers. She was in the little VIP section. So I said something to her because I'm a dancer and she's really good. So always, you know, willing to support and just, you know, I was shaking after. There was also like a Lions player down there. There was just a lot of people walking around. So then Drake comes on. I'm going to insert the video of when he like literally walks on stage and I was going crazy because like Drake is right there, bro. Like, he's so fine. He's beautiful. He's everything. And I think after last night, like, I genuinely wish I could marry him. Like, guys, he's so genuine. Like, he really, really, really appreciated us as an audience. For real. Like, when I tell you how simple his concert was, it was simple, but it was gorgeous. Like, the graphics, everything. And it was a little harder for us on the floor to kind of see exactly what was going on because we were too close to really see the screen, but we didn't have an overhead view, so we couldn't necessarily see all the visuals. But it was gorgeous. Like, for instance, he had like these little twinkle lights that were just kind of floating. He had a sheet cover that came out and then it would project images. It was gorgeous. When he did Yes Indeed, oh my gosh, that's my song. But when he did Yes Indeed, he had like an actual Ferrari. Well, it's not a real Ferrari, but like a drone Ferrari. So it was like floating in the air. It was just so sweet. It was so simple, but it was so sweet. He sounded really good live. I think a lot of the times people aren't super critical of rappers when they perform live. But to me, I really do think it's important that a rapper sounds like themselves, and also can like have the breath capacity and like the ability to be able to do his raps live. I know that Drake is a great rapper, but he did that. Like, he performed all of the good songs. Like, and of course he has so many songs. So of course he did his songs from Scorpion. I was a little upset because he didn't do my two favorites. He didn't do Blue Tint, and he didn't do Finesse, because those are my two favorite. Like, probably one of my favorite Drake songs of all time. But he did Jaded, that was beautiful. He did the song with Michael Jackson, and he did a portion where he kind of did Rock With You, and then he started singing it. Ooh, he sounded so good, guys. Like, I love it when Drake sings. Like, I love it when Drake sings. Like, quit playing with me. Sing me to sleep. Marry me. Just marry me, Drake. That's all. That's all. Of course, guys, In My Feelings was lit. Like, the whole audience was dancing. He had his dancers come out. Lit. Like, when I tell you In My Feelings, bro, just to see him there when he did his little dance hall Caribbean feeling music, he did one dance. He did Controller. He did Work for a little bit. And guys, when I tell you, me and my friend Sydney, we were in the audience getting down. Like, when I tell you, we decided to go to the mosh pit like halfway through Drake's set. We were it was a dance floor. Like, we were watching the concert, but we were getting our lives. Like, when you are in that position, you don't care what you look like, you don't care who's watching. Like, I'm about to live my best life. So I was really sad when it was over. However, we ended up hanging out because technically we did have backstage passes. There was a possibility we were going to meet Drake and or the Migos, but it didn't end up working out. I was completely fine with that, though. I was exhausted, and it was just lit. Like, we got to be in VIP that night. We got to be right up on the stage. It was more than I could have ever asked for or imagined. We ended up going backstage to get to our car, to get to, like, the special parking structure that we were in. But they led us the wrong way, so we ended up going backstage, but we had our handy dandy passes, so it wasn't like that big of a deal. And of course we got to kind of see some of the set pieces, and we saw some of the rappers or like entourage, I don't know, walking into certain dressing rooms and all that. And we were walking and walking and walking, and we see like tons of like Cadillacs, Escalades, I don't know, like parked in this little parking garage structure. And we're walking, and there's like two like guards standing outside of a car, and my friend Sydney goes, "That's Offset right there." And Offset is like literally sitting on like on the side of the car, like the door is open. And bro, when I tell you, like, obviously not anybody can just get backstage, so I didn't want to like act like, I wanted to keep it cool, okay? You understand what I'm saying? So I got a little video. I'll probably just loop it because it's gonna be kind of hard to see. But Offset was just like sitting on the side of the car. Then he ended up getting in the car. I don't know if the other Migos were in the car with him, but we walked past the car, and I'm like, the Migos are probably right there. I wonder if they're looking over this way. Like, we walked past their car. They hadn't left yet, but I'm like, oh my gosh, like, that was crazy to me. Yeah, that was probably one of the coolest parts of the night, because that was as close, like, we got to go backstage, but that was kind of as close as like we got to meeting or being super close to anybody. But yes, guys, that was my whole Drake, Aubrey and the Three Migos tour. Guys, like, that was the best night of my life, like, for real. And I say that every time I go to a concert, but I'm telling you, you get a concert high, and this was probably one of the best concert experiences I've had. If you ever get a chance to go see Drake, if you're going to the Aubrey and the Three Migos tour, I promise you it's going to be a hell of a good time. And genuinely, I don't think it matters where you sit. It was just lit. The energy in the room, the energy in the arena was amazing. I'll insert pictures that I took, whatever, outfit pictures, because listen, I had to be snatched, okay? Like, when you're about to go see a man that fine on stage, you have to be snatched, all right? That was my experience with the whole concert. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. this was content that I was excited to do because I'm like, this is something super personal. So it's nothing that anybody else can really do or can say themselves because this is my personal experience. Again, hit that subscribe button down below. You already know how we do over here. Please like, comment, and, you know, share, subscribe, comment. I just said that like 3 times in different ways, but you guys get the point. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.